Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and I'm really excited today because I'm going to be using the brand new Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. So this is what the outer packaging, let's try that again. This is what the outer packaging looks like. Very reflective. My husband says the palette is black, and I know that it does look black. In certain lights it looks a little bit like a deep forest green to me, but that might just be because it's reflecting off of other things. But if you haven't seen the inside of it, it looks just like the Flare palette in terms of the layout and everything like that. Remove my favorite part, that is Sophie hacking in the background. And this is the inside of the palette. Now, it might look familiar because I feel like lately I have like 75,000 other palettes that look similar. Not exactly the same, but similar enough that I'm going to be doing a Battle of the Blue and Green palettes, or Battle of the Blues, I think is what I'm going to call it, where I'm going to do this one, the Certify, the Jeffree Star Blue Blood, the Lick and Lash that has like the two sides, which half of it looks very similar to this, but each palette does have its own unique aspect to it, but not enough that anyone on the face of this earth actually needs all of these palettes. So that's why I want to do that. In this particular palette, I feel like this shimmer and that matte are really the ones that stand out to me as being different. And I love Ace Beauté. You guys know that. I own every single palette that they've ever made except for one. It's their original palette, which I heard is a different formula than any of their other palettes. So I've already primed my face with the Revlon Rose Glow. I love this for before makeup. The only thing is the dropper seems to have, like when I put it on, like it comes apart, which I don't like. But other than that, I like the way it feels. It's a little bit tacky, but it's hydrating as well. Anywho, so we're gonna do a look with this today. So it has a mirror, which is a nice size, but it does not stand up, like it will close. And those little like gold things that you see along there, those are little seashells. So I really like that detailing as well. And I knew the minute my friend Debbie Knockblout, I'll link her channel up here, she sent me a message and was like, have you seen this? And I was like, no. But now I'm gonna have to get it. So thank you, Debbie. So I ended up purchasing it the second it launched, and then I quickly sent a message to Beautē, Betty Jean, I'll link her channel up here too, and I was like, have you seen this? And she was like, yes. Oh my goodness. And I believe she bought it as well. So we all encourage each other's bad behavior here on YouTube, but I'm thankful for it nonetheless. And I'm really glad that I got it because I would have wanted it. Like, I'm just one of those people, like, there's very few brands that I feel like I'm a completionist with. And Blush Tribe, Ace Beauté, and Juvia's Place, and I guess Jeffree Star, only because I love him and his brand. Those are the brands that I feel like I have to have everything that they come out with in terms of eyeshadow palettes. So I don't know. I actually don't need everything, but no person on the face of this earth actually needs this many blue and green palettes. Although I'm so happy that brands are now getting out of the box and actually like coming up with different color schemes other than, oh my gosh, look at that one shade. Coming up with different color schemes besides just, oh, look at that. Let's swatch that one. Oh, besides just, you know, boring old like neutral palettes. And this one. Oh, okay. I just had to swatch a couple of them. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Periwinkle shade Bali, this one right here. Actually, no. First, I'm going to go into... Now I'm confused. Okay. I have no clue what I want to do. Let me find a smaller blending brush. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I just grabbed some smaller brushes. So I'm going to start with the JH38. It's just this little blending / pencil-ish brush. And the first shade I'm going to go into is going to be that Bali, the first one I showed you, the Periwinkle shade. And I'm just going to put that in the first half of my crease. This shade, Ace Beauté does it every time. I'm telling you, I have a collab coming up that you guys will see that involves Ace Beauté, and I talk about the pigmentation of the shadows in that video as well, and it's just, it blows me away. And it's not like they're the most expensive brand out there either. Like, their palettes are pretty reasonably priced. I think this one is like $32, $38, something like that, which isn't cheap. I mean, it's not like Juvia's Place prices, but it's definitely cheaper than, you know, Jeffree Star or some other brands. So, all right, now I'm going to go into Fiji, the shade next to it, which is this beautiful, like, teal shade. And getting some fallout, but I did not knock off the excess because I don't do that. And then this is one of those palettes I'm definitely actually going to do a 3 Looks 1 palette with. And I can definitely tell you that, I don't know, I feel so far like this is the most unique in terms of shades out of all of the recent, like, blue-green palettes that I've gotten. Like the ones that I already mentioned, like the ones that specifically have so many similarities that. And then the next shade I'm going to go into is called Blue Calm, which is this bright blue, but it's like a cobalt blue. Same brush. And this is one of those palettes where you don't know what in the heck shade you want to start with, you know what I mean? And this is going to look crazy before it's going to look good, but that's all right. Sophie, what are you doing? Or Jeffree, what are you doing? All of a sudden I hear like, meow, meow, meow. They're all hanging out with me tonight. I'm by myself. My hubby is working. So I have pre-filmed quite a few videos tonight. And I'm just kind of going back into the shades I previously used just to make sure that they kind of blend into each other. Okay, I think I like that so far. Now I want to take my Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and this is the white one, and I like to Sophie, what are you doing? She is like, she loves to play with her toys, but when she plays with them, she like, I don't know, she suckles them, and she just really, like, she will sit there and be like, for like 20 minutes straight without taking a break. I'm like, when do you breathe? I like to take the wand just straight across. And I'm really quickly gonna go off camera and just kind of take a brush to this and finish the cut crease, just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do the same thing you've seen me do a million times. And I'll be right back. Okay, now that we've cut the crease, I'm just going to take my teeny tiny Juvia's Place brush. I don't know what it's called, but it looks like this. And it came with the eye set that's like pink chocolate and like cream colored. It looks like Neapolitan ice cream. And then I'm just going into each of the shades, and I'm just making sure that they are really sharp in the center. Like that line is really sharp. And then I'll take care of all that later. I wanted to use as many shades as I could, and I just think these shades are so pretty, and I could not decide which ones I wanted to use. But I think so far these shades look really good together, so I'm excited. This could seriously become one of my favorite new palettes. I don't know. I say that every time I use a palette that has these tones. You know what would be amazing is, I don't know if you guys have seen my first impressions of the Classy Cake Cosmetics by my friend Sandra, but she has a gorgeous shimmer palette that is purples, greens, and blues. And I actually think that this palette would be like those would be perfect like companion shades, since they're all shimmers, to this, like the mattes in this palette. Okay. Alright, so now I have an itch. Now I'm going to take some of the shimmers. So we're going to grab our NYX Glitter Glue. I've gotten so much better than when I first started my channel about actually having the product sitting in front of me and not having to go like searching for them. If you are an OG subscriber, you remember those days where I'm like clickety clack 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 in my drawer like looking for stuff, because stuff would disappear. Like I would think, oh, I don't have to like take it out of the drawer because it's right here. And then I would move something and it would literally move like everything. Nightmare. Okay, so I think I want to use Mykonos, Jellyfish, and Bora Bora. So Mykonos, Jellyfish, yes, and Bora Bora in that order, I think. So Mykonos first. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So Mykonos will go on the outer, and we'll clean up that outer edge in just a little bit. This is so pretty. I'm so happy that, like I said, brands are starting to come out with these better color stories. I mean, Ace Beauté, I feel like, has been doing that for a while. Like the Flare palette is just one of the most beautiful color stories I've ever seen in my life, and perfect for the fall. Although I use all shades all year round, but you know what I mean. And you know, their Paradise Collection palettes are just amazing. I just love them. Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. Okay, now I need to stay focused and do the other eye too. Otherwise I'll have one eye done and be like, whoops. I did that the other day. Like I started doing a look and then I forgot to do the other eye, and I was like, what is going on? I never just do one eye at a time. That's just not something I do. And so I was confused as to why I had done that. I don't know that I love this brush for this purpose. I like this brush for other things, but it seems to be taking longer to pack on the shades than it does when I use like my Wet n Wild brush. Okay, so maybe I should use my Wet n Wild brush for the rest, or the last shade. That's what I'm gonna do. Clean it off of my pants, as you guys know. I can't believe I admitted that in the video. So Bora Bora is the last shade that we're using, and this is the beautiful like cornflower blue or periwinkle shade. Okay. I don't know if that was a mistake on my part. It might have been, because that's also where I put the Periwinkle matte shade. So we have a very periwinkle inner corner, but that's alright. I'm alright with that. And we're going to put something else in the inner corner. So let me clean up the fallout, start my base, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, I actually brought you guys back because I wanted to show you what I've been doing lately. So I've been taking this Morphe M439 brush, and I've been spraying it with Slay All Day setting spray, or any setting spray that you use. And I've been taking the Tarte Shape Tape, and see, I swear it was right here in front of me. Oh, there it is. I'm not used to how big it is. The Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. So I took mostly this and then a little bit of Shape Tape and added it. And I've been using that as foundation for when it's really hot outside, which it is now, which is why I feel like I've had my hair up for a week straight. I cannot stand having my hair down when it is this hot out, but I also can't stand when I feel like my makeup is melting off. And the combination of using concealer as a foundation and putting the setting spray on my brush before I like work it in has really been helping in terms of how long my makeup has lasted, and the fact that, you know, it's like sweat proof, I feel like, for me. So and we are going to be doing a bunch of Pride looks, so don't worry about that. We have those coming up towards the end of the week and beginning of next week. And I have a very special palette bingo this week going up. Very special. And then I just go over it with my sponge just to, you know, just to make sure it's there. And then I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star powder, because still haven't found a powder that, I mean, I have lots of powders I love, you guys know, but I have not found a powder that makes my makeup last as long as this powder. So I'll just put this on and then we can do our lower lash line. But yeah, I'm really, oh no, what have I done? I've really been loving this combo, and it doesn't like look cakey or anything in person. Like, I mean, yes, right now it does with all this powder over it, but once I wipe away the powder and spray my face, like, it doesn't look cakey, you know. It doesn't seem like you're doing your makeup with concealer. So I really like it, and it lasts a really long time. I actually have to screw on the Jeffree Star powder upside down because there's so much that comes out in the lid. Okay, lower lash line. So yes, so we have the palette bingo, lots of Pride looks, some Pride collabs, just a bunch of stuff. So I'm really excited. I'm trying to think if I want to match the bottom or use something different. No, I think I want to sort of match it. I'm going to go in with blue clam, not blue glam. What am I thinking? Blue glam. Okay. Okay, this mirror, I just got half of my thing of powder all over it. Okay. But yeah, I think I was telling you guys in another video, but I don't know if I finished my thought now that I think about it, but I might have. I was watching Amy Loves Makeup, and she did a video using all of her, now I'm going into Fiji, using all of her rainbow palettes. And I was like, I kept going, I have that one, I have that one, I have that one, I have that one. And I was like, wow, I have a lot of rainbow palettes. That is what I learned from this video. And so I was like, you know, it would be really cool for the month of Pride to, you know, show you guys all the rainbow palettes that I have and do looks with them. So that is part of what I'm doing for Pride Month. And then I think for the inner corner, or not the inner corner, but the inner lower lash line, I want to take Mykonos, which is the one I have on the outer here. The bright green shimmer. And bring that over. Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw or if I talked about it in a previous video, I don't remember, but Blush Tribe brought the Paulina palette back and it is available for pre-order. It won't be shipping until July, I believe, and I'm got myself a backup because honestly, out of all the palettes I own on the face of this earth, it is the one that I use enough that I have actually, like off camera and on camera, I've used it quite a bit, but off camera, like on days where I'm hanging out with friends or family, I use it all the time. So I really wanted a backup of it, so I bought it. And I also went ahead and got a second one for a future giveaway. So I'm really excited about that. I'm just going to do my brows really quick off camera and I'll be right back. Let's try that again. Okay, so I went ahead and I put on my mascara. I did my Revlon Volumazing and my Bad Gal Bang mixed together. And then I also did my liner, which I used Prance from Colourpop. I don't know what I've done with it. It was just here. Now it's gone. But anyhow, I'm gonna take from my Classy Cake Cosmetics. I'm gonna take the blue highlighter and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. I've really been loving these highlighters for the inner corner and also putting them on the brow bone. I feel like when, oops, sorry, didn't mean to knock you guys around. When I put them on the brow bone, I feel like not only do they add the most beautiful accent highlight, but they also make that line like much sharper, or not much sharper, much more blended looking. Like whatever colors I have, you know, closest to the brow bone, like up here. And then also I feel like, you know, because I always end up having a little bit of excess like white, whatchamacallit, white primer, like it gets rid of any of that is left. And I just take this brush and kind of just make sure the pigmentation wasn't lost. So I really like the highlighter for that. And then I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Blush. I told you guys, when I start using something, like all of a sudden I will just only use that. I don't know why I do that, but I do. I wish I didn't. I wish I was better about switching it out, but once I set something down, like I don't know, like once I put something in front of me, like on my counter, like in my little day-to-day makeup stuff, that seems to be what I use for the next million years. Alright, and then I need my bronzer. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Sunset Strip. I have hit pan on this. I'm not a project panner, but I do watch some project pan channels and they would be proud of me. Well, that's not all they do, but, and it's not, I'm not trying to like get rid of it. I just happen to hit pan because, probably because it's been what's been in front of me for the past few months. I've used it in so many videos. When I like something, I tend to just stick to it. And I need to be better with my collection at going into different things. Which very soon. As I've said before, I will be doing some Shop My Stash videos, and that will encourage me to go into my collection and use different things. So I'm going to spray my face, and then I'm going to use my, I think I'm going to use, I can't decide if I want to use the green or the blue. I think I'm going to try the blue. So I'm going to use the blue highlighter, the one that we just put on our brow bone. I'm not going to use it on, I'm going to use it on my face. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm so tempted to constantly use Anya because she named a highlighter after me, but I want to try all of them. And let me tell you, I'm going to add a little bit of the pink in with it, which is called Sandrabelle. I'm telling you, these highlighters just meld into my skin. And then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild brush, which I really need to wash, and just mix the two. Okay. Now I'm going to spray my face. And I'm telling you, this combination of like the setting spray on the brush, the concealers, and the setting powders, like I just feel like my makeup will look like this 10 hours from now. Oh, I will be doing not a full face of first impressions, but like pretty much like a lot of new products. And I have the, what is it called? The Huda Beauty Resting Boss Face or something like that. This is Blue Velvet Jeffree Star lip liner. And I'm gonna test the Huda setting spray, and I'll do a check-in because you guys know I'm obsessed with setting sprays. I don't normally buy from Huda Beauty, but I had to test it out. I am not sure why, but this lip liner is really like, I don't know, it feels dry. And then we're going into the Jeffree Star Blue Blood Volt. And I want to use one of these shades. I think I'm going to use, oh gosh, I don't even know. Ice Tray maybe? We'll see how this looks. Ice Tray is this one right here. It's a little bit darker than Diamond, I believe is the shade. Hold on. Oh, we gotta fix this. Let me wipe this off camera because this lip liner is like crumbling. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I did the shade Ice Tray off camera. I don't know if I need to resharpen the pencil, if what was there was just getting kind of dried out, but for some reason my Jeffree Star Blue Velvet lip liner was kind of dried out and it just was crumbling, and I didn't want that. So I think Ice Tray looks really good with this, but I almost feel like I feel like because I have so much of this color almost like on my eyes, I feel like, I don't know, I like it, but maybe a deeper blue would have worked better, but now it's on my lips and I like it, so I'm just gonna keep it. But let me know down below what you guys think. Let me know if you like this look, and let me know if you want to see 3 looks, 1 palette with this palette, because if you do, then I'm definitely going to do it. I know that there's been a few palettes that I've said that I'm going to do it with, and I still have plans to do those, but just with everything else that has come along, I just haven't yet, but I definitely would like to do 3 more looks with this palette. I love it, and I also have one coming up with the Certified Affinity palette, and I will be putting up all of these blue-green palettes head-to-head against each other because I want to show you the differences and the similarities. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.